my way to coffee, so I'm here because of the coffee. How is everybody? All right. I don't even know if my teeth are clean. You guys, I had foam on my mouth the last one. Didn't even notice it because that's how I am. Oh. How is everybody? Where is everybody? Hola, hola. Okay, I'm talking to myself. Oh, there you guys are. I'm talking to myself. Here I am, just Brantford, Ontario. Hola, hola, hola. Delaware, hola. Oh, I cannot describe the amount of ants that are going through my house. I did a whole cleanup last night. Tampa, Florida, a whole clean out. California is always hot. I mean, it's never not hot except when it's cold. So it's hot and cold, you know? We have one, I always say this, we're going to court again the end of August. So it's going to be the end of August. I'm like, let me look at my hair. We did some shaving and carving into it. Shave, shave, carve, carve. It's never right, okay? Like, I can look and find something. How's John? How do you want me to answer that? Truthfully or... okay. Yeah, well, they say it's hot. Yeah, Tinkerbell, that's who I am. Old lady Tinkerbell. Yeah, that's right. Oh, that's so nice. The Bay Area. It's only 82 here. I don't even know what it is here, but yes, so many ants. I took them all out last night. I cleaned them. I have ant traps all around. They don't care. They don't care about the ant traps, these bitch ants. Yeah, they don't care. Hey, I'm going to do a shout out to Julie and her mother-in-law because I met Julie at the nail salon on, what day is this? I don't know, 2 days ago on Tuesday. So Julie was getting her nails done and I was getting mine done. So hi, Julie and Julie's mother-in-law. She was so nice. She had the nicest smile. I was just waking up. I was like, oh, I'm just waking up. Anyway, yeah, Julie was so cute. She's like, oh my God, I'm a fan. I'm like, wait, I just woke up. I'm sitting in the nail salon. I took a little afternoon nap. Yeah, I'm that person. I was that person at 10. So, do you think fairies are real in the forest? Absolutely. That's the middle world, middle ground. Absolutely. It was so nice. She was so nice. I love your watch. It's a Garmin. I just switch out the bands. It's a Garmin watch with Keith's face on it. It's a Garmin. Elementals, thank you. I was trying to think. I'm like, I'm asleep. Oh my God, ants. Cure 2 ants is vinegar. Well, I'm doing that next with these bitch ants. Yeah, they're all over. They're the front, the side. They're going into the bathroom. I'm like, what are you finding in here? And they're going under the vanity and they're going into the back. I don't know. Baking soda. Yes, I have to go back to the store and get some. I didn't get any on my way home, but it was in my head to get some. Bitch. These ants are bitches. Wait. What did you say about Ozzy? How do you feel about Ozzy's death? He was 76. So, like, you're not supposed to live a long time. I'm sure for his family. I mean, I don't expect anyone to be sad if I die and I'm over 50. Who cares? Like, you're supposed to die, right? But I can see where his family misses him. Yeah, I am not doing that video. And since I know the people involved, I'm not saying anything. My circle is in that circle. So I'm just not going to say anything on here till I'm good and ready to say something. Justin Bieber. No, my feelings haven't changed about... Here's what I think. I don't think anybody gets to a level of huge fame on this planet. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't care if I like you. As I've said, they're going to have their God. I'm going to have my God. You're going to believe in what you believe, Baphomet religion, whatever the fuck it is, as above, so below, Aleister Crowley. You believe whatever you want. I just may want to remind you, Aleister Crowley was a fucking pedophile. So I may want to say that, like he liked to diddle kids. So, you know, you can fucking love him. You are wrong. Oh, okay. I don't care. This is my opinion, but you are not going to get into God is definitely real. You are not going to God in human form, walking on earth and so sixth dimension. I don't know. I just know you're not getting any level of huge success unless you follow the mandates. It does not matter how creative you are. Now, he was creative, and I love Ozzy. You guys know this. But I don't fucking care who you are. You still are going to perform how they want you to perform, period. Well, they all love Aleister Crowley. I'm just saying he was a pedophile. That's what I'm saying. You know, you want to fucking admire him. He diddled kids. But that's maybe what you're into if you're admiring it. I don't know what to say. You know, I have no idea what to fucking say, right? It's just, I don't care what anybody believes on this planet. You'll find out when you die. And there's many levels to dying. Some people try to take themselves out early because they think they're going to have control over it. And that's when you're not going to have control. Because what you see here, even when you get out of your body, and I have gone out of my body since I was a child, that is a genetic structure, astral traveling. You can't make yourself do it. You can, but it's a genetic DNA structure to your body. So I've done it since I was a childhood. I've time traveled. I've done all kinds of things. Time really bothers me, even though I wear a watch. The only reason I wear this watch is for steps. I hate that it's time because I don't like thinking of time, because time grounds me, grids me to this fucking earth garbage hellhole, pit hole of a shithole, okay? Shithole. So, and here's the flies because the door is open. Anyway, it's just, it stops me from being able to expand, okay? I traveled to the World's Fair in the 1800s and came back with a ticket stub when I was little. You don't have to believe me, but I had a desk in my bedroom, and it was an old wood desk. And I used to sit at it and write my thank you notes and my letters because, you know, I was raised by a British Nazi. I mean, a British mother. I had to write thank you notes for just being alive. Thank you, thank you, thank you. But it's polite, so I did. I wrote the thank you notes, right? And so I ended up in the World's Fair. Like, I kind of would go into daydream vision, and I came back with a ticket stub. I found it in my desk. It did not exist there. It was from, I think it was Chicago, World's Fair, Chicago. And yes, my fucking parents thought I was crazy. And yes, they called the shrink on me. And yes, they said all kinds of crazy things. It doesn't matter what you think of me. I don't give a fuck what you think of me. I don't care. It does not matter to me what you think about what I've done, what I haven't done. It doesn't matter. You don't control me. When I die, you're not in my fucking ears yapping. Nothing you say matters when I die. It only matters how you treat people. That's basically it. You know, you are so, thank you. I am so polite. And politeness, let me just say that. Politeness is a bunch of bullshit, right? It's a bunch of bullshit. The more politer that you are, the more closet case you are with your shitty behavior. That's why politeness is pushed in society, because nobody's supposed to be authentic. I'm not supposed to react to your fucked up comments. I'm supposed to sit here and go, oh, thank you very much. Yeah, fuck you. Anyway, definitely believe in aliens. Whoever the trolls are, go away. Could just literally go away. And fucking go. Oh, politeness is so tight. You can be polite. I mean, I'm not going to walk in the grocery store and go, hey, fuck you. But when I go to the grocery store and I see Melissa, we start fucking laughing and talking like people because she's in my day-to-day life. And she's like, oh, Sloan's in for her popcorn. She knows me so well. So we talk like people. I don't have to be a pretend polite person. A lot of serial killers, Ted Bundy, they are polite. How do you think that they get people into their cars, vehicles, and kill them? Not by being rude, right? Right. I don't think anything of Nicki Minaj, however you say her name. I haven't even looked at it. Yeah. Oh, of course they want you to be stupid. They want you. And nothing nice to say. Just leave, please. Oh, you are one of them. Okay. Yeah, sure. And just so you're aware, I'm not. I have been invited into circles. I've been in Hollywood for almost 40 years. I know a lot of people, but it doesn't mean I'm not one for peer pressure. That's why when I ran away from home, right, at 14, I'm not a drug addict and I'm not an alcoholic. I'm none of those things because I don't follow what you want me to follow because you think I'm supposed to feel a certain way about doing certain things. That's not what I do. So I don't know what to say. Oh, my mic's here. How does one destiny swap with you? They can't destiny swap with me, but how do they destiny swap? They basically, let's see, wait, hold on. Get pulled into the cabal. Oh, I'm sure there are psychics. Yeah, they probably got millions of followers. You're going to notice with the money, but you're going to notice authentic. If I didn't get picked up by a pimp when I'm 14 and go down that road because I didn't allow it, I'm not going to allow it now. I don't want control. And I understand the energy of income money. So the energy of money, like, why do you want $250 billion or $300 billion? I mean, it's nice, but can you spend it all? Because you can't. You can't spend it all. I mean, what are you going to do with it? And they never give it. They do give it to cherries. They do. Fucking flies. My door is open. Look, my door is open with my keys in it because I ran in here. But what they do, okay, what they do is you never see them giving it to the people that need it. Gavin Newsom being on top and on fucking par with it, okay? Literally, you don't see Gavin Newsom. He took the fire aid money, Spencer Pratt, he took the fire aid money and he put it in, thank you for the Borax, exactly. Thank you so much. He took it and he opened up, what do you call it? I don't have a screen door. It's up to me to put one on, but I don't own this place. I'm renting. My house that I own is full of my family members. Yeah, that's right. So I'm renting and I shouldn't have to put a fucking screen door on. I sleep sometimes at night with my front door open in Los Angeles because I don't care. Yeah, that's right. Hold on. How did you get your... I have no idea. I'm adopted, so I don't know where it came from. I believe you have the energy to see or you don't. It's like being double jointed. You either are or you're not. Do you know what I mean? You either are or you're not. So you can't really get I know they say everybody can be psychic, but that's like saying everybody can play basketball. You can play it. You can do it, but can you really play it? To actually do, yes, I leave my door unlocked in Los Angeles. Hear me very fucking clearly. I do not care. We all do it. We wake up. I mean, fuck off. I don't care. Like, you're going to come get me? Come get me. I mean, you know. But people have intuitive thoughts, and some people are some people are hypermobile and psychic. I'm double jointed in my shoulders and my knees. Nowhere else on my body am I. But when I'm in class, I can do all, Tallulah's outside. I can do all the shoulder stuff double jointed. I can do the knees. They have to watch my knees because they bend the other way. But nowhere else am I double jointed. So that's weird. I take pictures with everybody. I mean, people ask me, I take pictures. You know, no wonder you were a stripper. Okay. Are you jealous? Because you couldn't make money off your body? Definitely. And I never had a pimp or a manager. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to go because I don't want to follow your rules. So part of double jointed in the thumbs, part of the cabal, part of Baphomet religion, part of any gang is that you align yourself with these other people. Okay? These other people. And you do what they do because you're part of the gang. MS-13, Vineland Boys. I mean, just regular gangs like the Mafia. You do what they do. I don't want to do what they do. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't want to do that. I never want to do that. That's not something I want to do, right? So it's not in my best interest, even for money, to do what you want me to do. I couldn't marry for money. I have to like you to marry you. I don't care what you have. I don't care. So part of the problem on this planet is people think that what you have, like Ozzy had all of that money, but he also had back injuries from surgeries. So his money actually probably caused the problem because he had money and good insurance. Sloan, be careful. You said that you let me sleep with your door open. He just told everybody there's a lot of weirdo. They don't know where I live. And I have a gun. So, all right, if you want to. And yes, I believe in guns. So we're all loaded up. Everybody's loaded up. I'm not going to fucking be afraid of anybody. And I've told you this. Yeah, that's it. I don't know what to say. When I met John and moved in with him in Burbank, he never shut his doors. Those doors were open all night. Of course, when you have teenagers and stuff, your doors are open all night. I don't have teenagers right now. I'm not going to comment on Brian Koberger, and I'll tell you why. I did a video. No, why wouldn't you carry a gun? Why would you only let the establishment have guns and every gang member on the planet? Because there's illegal gang members, meaning they get illegal guns, not registered, and they have them. And the police have them. But you're going to sit there and go, oh, don't arrest me. I have a right to free speech. No, they're going to fucking take you down. That's what this planet is. This planet is. You get in my face, I'll fucking do what I got to do. Get the fuck away from me. You know, you don't have a right, and I can leave my door open if you want to come in and do that. I'm not scared of baby pants. Not saying I do it all the time. I just said I've done it. I fall asleep with Tallulah, and we wake up, and she's outside, and I'm like, shit, it's 3:30 in the morning, and I left my door open all night. Okay. Yeah, well, I'd have a gun anyway. I'd have a gun for no reason other than the police have a gun. So if the police have a gun, then why would the public think that why would the public buy into the rhetoric that you need to get rid of your weapons because it's a good way and guns kill, but yet the plantation owners have guns, okay? Plantation owners have them. So you need to get off that rhetoric and understand you have a right to protect yourself. You're stronger. And the human energy, why is plastic thing yelling at me? I have no idea who you're talking about. Oh, you're jealous of my face. Have never touched my face. This is my birth-born face. Not an ounce of Botox ever. Nothing plastic. This is literally it. Look, be very jealous because you're trying to look like me. Assholes. But anyway, I'll always leave. I'm not afraid. Whatever you're afraid of, don't push that on me. People are always like, oh, I wish you would watch where you're hiking. Fuck the fuck off. I'm going to live my life. I do not watch cartoons. I don't watch TV. I haven't watched TV in years. I will watch with the grandkids, but I can't stand Disney. I can't stand, what is Meadow like? No, Lila used to like Frozen. Meadow likes Elsa. I can't. I hated Disneyland taking my kids there. I hated it. I look like my mother. I keep saying this. People want to say whatever. I never put anything in my face. I will never put anything until, maybe when I'm 70, but I don't want to put Botox in my face. I have anxiety about food poisoning, so I'm not going to put food poisoning in my face. I'm not putting food poisoning in my face because I would think about the poisoning and I would make myself sick. Then I'd be in the emergency room and they'd be calling the psych ward and I'd have a 72-hour hold. I can't do that. So I don't have time. Oh, Yosemite and saw a big black bear. That's where the kids and I saw bears when they were little. Yeah, Jason walked out. We went out in the meadow on a log and Jason had his camera and he must have been 7 or 8. And this bear popped up, a baby, and it knocked Jason back over off the log. But Jason was trying to see what was rustling and this little bear was playing with him and it was so cute. I pulled him up on the log and I'm like, we're not going to play back, but this little bear was playing. So cute. Yeah, no, I'm actually not afraid of anything. Why is everybody afraid of dying? Especially to you that have children that have crossed over. I'll say it again. I wasn't afraid before. I left home at 14. I went out on my own. I never asked anybody for anything and I took care of myself. What is it exactly I need to be afraid of? I walked on the other side of the street when I see men coming. I don't let them get close John taught me that even when well, because he was like a father figure. Because he would be the age of a father. Anyway, he said, don't let them get close enough to touch you. So I don't let people get close enough to touch me in kind of those situations. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, don't be scared of your kids dying either. Yeah. I'm just living to die. That's right. Everybody's just living to die. You're not living to live because you will die. And so what? I mean, you're going to die anyway. So what? You're going to be a coward, lock your doors, hang out, say, I'm not going to do this, you know? Okay, whatever. Yes, I'm not feeling good about Justin Bieber. Exactly. Somebody said they were dead for millions of years before they were born and it didn't cause them any harm. It doesn't cause you harm. If your parents are there, your grandparents are there, your aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, cousins, babies, stillborn, children, where do you think you go? Why is everybody such a crybaby about dying? I mean, I died when my son died, but that's because he's not here physically. But you die and I die, and I'm just waiting to get over there. Knock, knock. Can I come in? Can I come in? Shut up. Oh, look. Oh, my God. Yeah, I don't vote. So I'm sorry. I don't believe in the voting system. I understand that you think your vote counts. I know it doesn't. I know that Democrat, Republican, Democrat is eating dinner at the same table and they just want to harness you on the plantation. They are your owners. So you are a slave, a bitch ass slave. You are a fucking slave on this planet. You have no freedom. The only freedom you have is in how authentic you are and your expression of creativity and how you are as a human being. The reason that they lock you down here is because they don't have an ounce of creativity within their own energy. That's why they have clocks to stop you from leaving your body and going to a different period in time. Okay, thank you for that. They do that, and we know. Okay. Yeah, all right. Look at that. Don't be a cunt. You are a cunt. Go away, cunt. Okay. Let's see. You guys don't say stupid shit like that. We know you've been dead because everything about you is ridiculous after Keith died. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. You don't like authentic people. Don't use my child in a conversation because I will hunt you down and I will find you. You say anything about my kid, I will find you. I got ways to find you. People monitor this because of shit like that. I will find you. Trust me. I will find you. You will need to lock your door. Yeah, no, I will fucking find you. I mean, seriously, don't say stupid shit like that. Don't ever say shit like that, right? Don't. Yeah, so no, what is wrong with people saying that? Oh, what is wrong with the people saying that? They're crazy. Yeah, I mean, if you want me to act exactly the same, and by the way, my platform is my platform. I never said I was professional. You don't have to be here. I'm not on the nightly news. No one gives a fuck. No one cares. So it's weird. But yeah, it's weird. It's like my thoughts on all religion they are bullshit, but I'm a Christian in that I believe in Jesus. So I believe that Jesus was here and I believe that he died for our sins. I also believe you will die for your sins and I will die for my sins and everybody else will die for their sins. I do not believe in man-made religious theology in the way that it's written in order basically to block women and block people and block everybody. And if you have to take a religion and go into a third world country and force them to believe your religion, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Destiny swapping is a jealous, envious person who wants to be like you because of your light, your energy, your accomplishments, which all come from your light and your energy. And they want to be like you. So they will befriend you. They will be in your family. They will dress like you do. They will try to steal your boyfriends. They will try to climb into your life because they have no life in their physical body. Yeah, exactly. So they have no life, right? No life in their own body. So they take, I don't believe this is a school here. I believe we are shackled energetically. I've seen the shackles. Yeah, narcissists, because you're exactly right. We call them narcissists, but they might be NPCs, soulless beings. I have changed my opinion on walk-ins. Now, back in the day, back 45 years ago, I was just a little kid, okay? Literally a little kid. And somebody said that they were a walk-in, okay? I'm minding my own business. And this hippy dippy's like, I'm a walk-in, and my soul is in this body, but it wasn't here. Now, when you watch the movie Heaven Can Wait, the Warren Beatty version, because he's cute, not the 1945 version. So Diane Cannon and Warren Beatty, Heaven Can Wait. The soul is taken out, Warren Beatty's character, and they're trying to place him in another character, another football player, as if Warren Beatty could play football in real life because he wasn't big enough. But anyway, I'll just shut up. So they keep putting him into these different people who are dying, and they're catching the soul, right? The soul is leaving, the physical body is open, and he's in the person. And then they wipe his memory. So he becomes that person, but he walks into their life in the middle of their life. Do you know what I'm saying? So that is a walk-in, but I think some entities walk into human beings. And yeah, I know he couldn't play football. I mean, whatever. He was an actor and it was a movie. I get it. I understand all of that. But when you look at it, he's a walk-in. At first, his character, when he walks into the first, Johnny's doing good. He messaged me today. I've not messaged him. Me and Lori are going to visit him, but it will be next week because of her schedule and my schedule. It's so hard. Anyway, yes, it's obsidian. That's obsidian. Obsidian. The name of the movie is Heaven Can Wait, and it's tongue-in-cheek because the soul of Warren Beatty's character is, and I'm positive it's on one of the mountain bridges I drive through. I mean, it looks just like it. I think it was up in Mulholland where they filmed it. Not Mulholland, somewhere else. Anyway, he goes through a bridge and a car hits him, and the angel takes him, and the body is cremated quickly, but he wasn't supposed to die. So they have to bring him back because his contract here is not over. So they have to do, that's what they have to do. So it's a really good movie to illustrate a walk-in, because he walks into these different people that are going to get murdered. And the fat guy that owns the football team, he becomes that guy because that guy's a billionaire, so he can buy the football team. And his friends know that it's him, right? Because he has memory that it's him. So he tells his friends, it's me. Hi, Anthony. He tells his friends, it's me, right? It's me. I'm here. But he's not going to stay in that body because that body's set to be murdered by his dumbass wife, which is Diane Cannon. It's comedic. And the other guy, James Grodin, if I remember correctly. And then they got to find him a body he can live in. So they have to find a football player because they got to give him back his life. They got to find a football player, and they got to find one who is physically in his prime and who is set to die. But they use his body with his soul. So in the middle of life is a walk-in. That's a walk-in. And so I was meeting them when I was younger, much, much younger. Like, I think the first time I met somebody was at summer camp and they were 10. I was 10, I'm sorry, and they were a little bit older. So it's called Heaven Can Wait. And so that's the movie I saw then. Aw, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Mary. That's a nice thing to say. Yeah, walk in. So they can walk in. And keep in mind, your loved ones can walk into somebody for a split second and use their body to talk to you, where you turn and you're like, wait, what? And you know them. That can happen as well. But entities can walk in and they can take over a body to cause chaos. So there's all kinds of ways to walk in. So that's how I feel about walk-ins. Destiny swapping is when somebody puts their set because they feel you shouldn't have what you have. They should have what you have, and therefore they can do better than you, and they need to, it's trying to get into your skin and wear it. And people do that too. They try to be you, they try to do you, they try to do all of that. That's what they do. So some ants like water. Apparently the ants on the floor love the water, but they're not going to the water. Tallulah's water out there, they're going, I don't know where they're going. Excuse me, I don't know what they're doing. The movie Ghost, okay, the movie Ghost is a really accurate portrayal of a fake psychic who becomes a real psychic. And the fake psychic, Whoopi Goldberg, at that particular time is doing all of these things that she thinks that psychics do, like wearing, you know, an outfit, whatever. She has her two singing sisters with her, and she's like performing as a psychic, until Patrick Swayze's character really communicates to her and she drops the facade and she's almost driven to give the message. And that is a very good movie as well, because it shows the growth of the person that had it naturally but didn't utilize it or blocked it in order to do, they put me in a mental hospital. Sorry, Jenna. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. You shouldn't be in a mental, what? Sorry. That's the movie Ghost. It just made me crack up. Been there, done that. But yeah, so anyway, the movie Ghost is really very interesting because it shows the evolution. Yeah, big dangling earrings. Those fucking things on your head. Like that Bill Zaker tried to make me do in a commercial. Well, how are they going to know? Oh, Anthony, down 100 pounds. Are you going to do the skin surgery, Anthony, or no? Sometimes men don't need that. I don't know. That's none of my business. I should shut up. Yeah, but weird. Freak me out. I saw a person on someone's shirt. Yeah, they come in your energy field. Not everybody is haunted or possessed, right? Not always possessed, but your energy field exudes out of your physical. And that's what celebrities do when they're on stage. So Bill Clinton, anybody, they project a big energy out, like they project it outwards. And that's why you come into it. You like it. It feels good to you. It feels like potatoes and macaroni and cheese. That's the way I'm going to word it. That's how it makes you feel. So you glide into their energy field. So when we're looking at huge concerts and huge things, like, you know, anybody on stage, any musician, any politician, any, you know, wherever, you're looking at a huge harnessing of energy from the audience because all of their focus and attention is on those people. And it's all being like morphed like this because a lot of them don't have their own systems in this world, okay? Because they are from somewhere else. I don't fucking know where they're from. Astro world, exactly. And so there's, yes, shapeshifters. I look at shapeshifters are, what are you saying? You're a pedophile? Like who puts a piece of pizza in hearts? Like like what are you saying? I don't know what you're saying. Anthony, you've done so good. Oh my God, did you guys hear? To my Canadian friends and Anthony out there, did you hear that Katy Perry is dating Doofus Trudeau? Trudeau the doofus? What is that? First of all, he's a gay boy. Secondly, she only dates weird sex addict people, and I don't think she's gone to therapy. So, oh my God. Yeah, she's a beta sex kitten, you're right. But Trudeau, like, please slap him across the face. Like, if that guy asked me out like that, I couldn't even, I would have a problem. I would have a fucking problem. I think I might have to haul off and hit him. It has to be a PR stunt. He's gay, she's weird. Yes, he's gay. Okay. I'm sorry. Swings both ways. There. He's like all of her husbands. Goes both ways. Yeah, all of it. Everybody. All your major controlled power. I just want you to look at this planet. I want you to understand something. you're raised in a family, most likely, if you're listening to me, you're raised in a family where your parents are like, be polite, go to school, eat your vegetables, brush your teeth, you know, the usual shit, right? Be nice to your little friend. Don't punch that one in the face. Some of your parents are like, beat the shit out of that kid. Depends. But do you see what I'm saying? So you're on a planet where money is these people's God. And this planet and the way they can play here, because they can't leave here. So they continue to reincarnate and reincarnate and reincarnate and reincarnate back in different power plays. And they try to make us think that the way that they live with their big houses and their fucking this and that is so important. And I'm not saying it's not. It would be nice to drive in a Lamborghini in LA. You'd get arrested, of course, if you actually ran that thing to the floor. You couldn't with traffic here, but that shit would be nice for a second. But their belief system is entrapping us. That's why they put time. Like Prince said, your birthday. Prince said so much. Prince said so much. He was like really on par with it. But they do all of that to keep your mind focused like strands here while they harvest your energy. And that is what they do. So they want you to think it's important. Your mothers, or at least my mother's like, you might as well marry a rich man more than a poor man. I said, so I shouldn't love the man? So I shouldn't fucking love the man. I should just go for his money? I mean, well, it's just as easy. She was a Taurus idiot. No offense. She herself was that. I don't believe in that. I don't need a man's money, number one. I need my own money. And you can have the right amount of money if you work. You don't, we psychics are born with self-worth. Well, sometimes. But yes, Prince said a lot. But they want you to think the more that you have here, but that's not the case. You die and you're 200 million, 10 million, you're Saudi Arabian, weird fucking whatever. I know what Prince did. I knew the women he was with. I'm not talking about that right now. I have clients that are credited on Prince's records and lived with him and dated him. I know all about the orgies and the Bible and the religious shit. That's how they do sex magic. I know all of that. That's a given. He was a multi-billionaire. So that's a given that he's in the club. However, they're all gay because they all have to fuck men because that's what they do. It's a sodomy ritual. That's part of it. So all of them have had that happen at one point or another. They do that. Men, women, children. That's why they're so fucked up. Why are actors fucked up? Acting's a really tough career because they just all end up on drugs and fucked up. No, they're raped and sodomized, and that's really hard to get out of your psyche when it's happened, especially when they have spores. When they do the sodomy, they have spores in your creative connection. People don't understand it. It's a sodomy ritual. It's not sex. They use the ejaculation. They use entrance through the chakra system up through your ass. I don't know how else to word this, in order to control your energy so they can steal your creative light bulb. That's what you're going for when you're going for big amounts of money. And that is fine. You do you, boo, but I don't have to do it. Jack Nicholson, I've also had his porn girlfriends, several of them. And yes, he definitely did that. So there's, yeah, well, you can't come back from that. If you're not fucking gay and you give it, okay, so somebody comes to you and says, hi, I'm going to give you 50 million. Bend over, let me shove my big dick up your ass. Okay, first of all, as a woman, no, but you're a guy. So you do it because you see 50 million and you make a choice right then to make money. So you in your mind are saying, 50 million, it's I can let him pop my cherry once. That's cool. But the thing is, they don't stop at that. They videotape it. They use it to blackmail you. They force you up the ladder. Okay. Now, I was thinking about Youngblood with this. I'm not even going to say it. But who do you have to I'm not going to say it. I can't say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Who do you, I'm trying not to say it. Who do you have to, who do you, yeah, just old witches, young witches. Okay, so we have Johnny Depp and that crazy bitch he married. I can't even think of her name right now. You know, the one in court with him? I think Youngblood is fantastic looking, great singer. I liked him before Ozzy packed him, whatever. Amber Heard. So Amber Heard, I'm just going to give you in Hollywood what she is energetically. So you have a throne. You notice how they all love to sit in throne chairs because they all kings and queens and believe they're deities and kings and queens and goddesses from Egyptian times. Good for you. You all got to be famous, right? Nobody's just like a bookkeeper from a little village in England, you know, with a couple of cats and, you know, eating fish and chips on the weekends. No, nobody's that. Nobody's a farmer. They're all fucking deities and gods. That's why they walk around with the innate head ornaments, right? They do all of that because that's why they got you calling people kings and queens. No. I don't want to be a king or queen. I do not want to rule you. Thank you for that, RN Explorer. Thank you. I don't want to rule you. So yeah, a prince, not a king, right? Ozzy was a prince of darkness. So I don't want to rule you. As soon as you say queen, I think of that lizard in England and her control. I don't want to control you. I want you to come to conclusions that are best for you. And I do want cake. You're correct. I want you to come to conclusions that are best for you as a person. I want you to come to the good side of your soul to see the level of power you have in it and how it doesn't matter what money you have. You can do so much. They got you focusing 9 to 5 on jobs, on this. No, your free time, your connection. Somebody asked how you clear your energy. I don't know how to tell if crystals are real. I just know the person I get my crystals from, they are real because I've known her for 30 years. So it's that way. But here's what happens when they do this. Amber Heard. So just look at this. So you go to a Hollywood party. You're invited. You're special. You're about to become really rich because you have a skill that they scout your kids. So somebody who's really, really young, musician, a Beatle, or whoever, or whatever, they scout them. They come to the family and they're like the Obamas. Let us take your kids to be our kids. We'll give you the demon herd. We'll give you a shit ton of money for the rest of your life. And then we will have your children placed in a position of power. They now become part of it, right? You pay. No, these are from I can't remember who that's from, and I can't remember who that's from. I know who it's from, but I can't remember the names. That's from Bobby. I've got Keith's mouth covered right now. But they get into positions of power. So basically, if you want to look at it, it's an energetic selling of a child. Somebody could have 6 children in a family. They could have 10. One of them has a special ability. Think Celine Dion. So she is prostituted out, and then she ends up marrying the old guy, right? Right. Yes, I do sell crystals on my site. Yes, I've got glitches on the site right now. I can't help it. Paul's not in town till next week. So, well, they do. They sell them for money. They still get to see their children. They still get to come home to their children. I talked to, what's her name? Can't even remember her name. Dancing with the Stars, the brother and sister, they went to live with different families. Thank you, Carol, for that. Thank you so much, Aquarius Carol. Thank you. That's so kind. Thank you. They went to live with other families and their parents because they are groomed in order to come in. So then you get Amber Heard, high status witch, lunatic, because lunatic, put in the public media in order to distract you. Now, you got to admit, Johnny Depp was pretty fucking funny, right? Wasn't he funny? I'm just moving this because I can't see Keithy's mouth. I can't see his mouth. I had to see his mouth. It was bothering me. So Amber Heard sitting on a big queen chair because it's feminine goddess ruled, okay? In the undercurrent of the Baphomet religion, call it whatever you want, the opposite of Jesus and the opposite of the other religions that go to be like Jesus, okay? So yes, Juliana Huff, she was actually really nice, but they grew up in other homes, so you get it. Anyway, okay? So these people are given positions of power, and you are in a queen outfit in your garter belt with no underwear on, and your legs are spread with your heels on, and every party goer, male or female, has to have some dinner. Do you know what I'm saying? I actually, do you know what I'm saying? So there's Amber Heard in a chair and her, you know, like that, which is fine. That's cool. But I'm not going to that party. I'm not doing that for money. I don't want to do that for money. Especially, yeah, I know. But that's part of the way you get into that party. No, but that's what they do. They use sex to talk about sushi buffet. They use sex. Hi, beautiful Ashley. No, they use sex in order to harness energy, because between the orgasm and the sexual energy of that, okay, and the raising of energy, when the orgasm happens, the soul is removed ever so slightly out of the body so they can get in and wire stuff. That's what happens. So these are these are things. I'm trying to say it nicely. I'm trying to. Vampires are real. What is a vampire? A vampire. Yes, the Kundalini energy, and they're going right for it on Amber Heard's Kundalini. I can't. I remember Bobby calling me, and we're talking about this, and I'm like, please, while the trial's on. And she shit in Johnny Depp's bed. Now, I just heard this story. It is not my story to tell. I am not saying which celebrity it's about. I am not saying who the female is, but I'm just going to say this high-ranking female in our society right now, much older, high-ranking, shit in someone's suitcases, okay? Shit in a suitcase. Shit in the suitcase. These people do this. Now, no matter how mad I am at you, I'm not doing that. I'll slash your tires, but this Amber Heard did that. Amber Heard did that. That's what Johnny Depp said. I wasn't there. But no, it's not I can't say who it is. I can't. But they shit in a suitcase of a girl that they were in competition with for a man that wasn't even their husband. Anyway, not my story to tell. I fucking fell over when I heard it. I fell over. I was like, wait, what? And she's like, yup, because I know the person it happened to. So I was like, I can't. And this is years ago. I won't. And no, but they did shit on like your stuff, but in the suitcase. Yes. I'm just not, I don't want money that bad. And when you believe, okay, when you believe that money, Barbara Walters, first of all, Barbara Crybaby Walters, the only reason she had her job is because her dad was in nepotism. She wasn't a journalist. She was an idiot. Okay, and of course she adopted a child because they're probably inverted on some level. Barbara Walters pissed me off with her banality, okay? I don't know if she was smart or not, but she was dumbed down. No, it wasn't Madonna. You would think it would be Madonna. You would think it would be Madonna. Yes, I did hear them. They go to the, I always say brouhaha, but the bruhila, I don't know. You guys in the speak Latin. Barbara wah wah, I know, fuck off. Wait, initials SO, is that right? I don't know what SO is. Oh, yes. I'm like, wait, those aren't my initials. I'm not telling this story. This is a different story from a private person who actually was a recipient of that. Totally separate, not share. Bruja. Yeah. Yeah. The Santerean, but first of all, it's black magic. So understand, here's how you become inverted. First of all, there's people that do it to themselves, like all the people that cut their penises off and all the women that added their penises. I don't know how that works, but the transgender, that's inversion. What is, go look up the Baphomet. Half man, half goat, titties and a dick. And always with the hands like this. Can you see my hands? As above, so below. As above, so below. So when you see people making these hand gestures, like the people on the airplanes, you know what they're doing. Okay? As above, so below. So they are doing this on purpose to signal, and that's fine. You can be whoever the fuck you want to be, but I don't have to do what you want me to do. You can tell me whatever you want, and that's cool. You be you. Now, inversion in utero. If I know there's this is Ruger. Ruger had a birthday. He's a Leo, and he's such a good artist. There's my Jason. Well, I can't even get my Jason. There's my Jason's face. Jason's like, why did you do that? I'm like, because I'm an annoying mom. I'm annoying. I couldn't put Keithy without Jason because they were my two little friends when they were growing up. They were always together. Cute. I said nothing about Kris Jenner. I'm not telling you who it is. So Post Malone has an issue in his pelvic floor area, which isn't really for a man, but in the pelvic area, when you read his body, the damage in that area of his body by the way that he stands, and it's also a meth stance to me. That's all I'm saying. From observation, I don't know this, but I can see the energy, and it's kind of gray in that area of his body. And when they stick their pelvis out like that, that's a way of standing. That's also a meth way of standing, right? If you're in LA, you know what I'm talking about. But when you are inverted in utero, so let's say you're pregnant and you get a deal, and it's usually a firstborn child. So they give hormones to said firstborn child in utero. So they pump them in. When they pump them in, then your little man baby in your stomach or your girl baby tends to grow the opposite. Okay, I'm talking about meth. Yeah, Post Malone reminds me of, yeah, why meth heads stand like that. Demons in them. Well, they're disconnected from their solar plexus. So they're disconnected. Autism honestly comes from vaccines. I'm convinced of it. Maybe not everybody, but a lot of people, because it just didn't used to be that way. And now we have a whole society, and it's just all true tweakers do stand like that. They do. I have them in my family. I've seen it. I've seen true tweakers. Hello, I live in tweaker community, Los Angeles. Exactly. So in order, if you work for, I'm trying to think of a corporation, whatever corporation your husband works for or you work for, and they're like, we're going to give you a promotion. You have to do these lunches, these dinners, show up on the weekend, do this. You do it because you think you're going to make more money. So there is spiritual autism as well, but not as many people as there are. So you're going to do for your job because you think that makes you relevant. But I can tell you, on the last days of Ozzy's life, do you think his grandkids were more important than any money he had? What do you think was the most important thing as he was doing that concert? The money? Or what do you think? The fact that he could do what he does and he knew he was going to die or die soon or whatever. And do you think his family? Because they say he was surrounded by family. So that was the most important thing to him. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Okay, that's it. When you die, whether you're in their clan or our clan, okay, it's all that matters. It doesn't matter who you believe in, but it's Jason, when he was working with K-pop, he's like, they don't sweat, they don't have pores. He's like they don't have any pores on their face. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, no pores, none, no sweat, no pores, no nothing. I'm like, okay. Yeah, so whatever it is you do, what you do, okay, what you do and how you do it, at the end of your life, your children are the only things that matter. Your husband, your wife, your dog, your cat, whatever it is that you have. For me, it's my children. Okay, that's it. I care. My grandkids, my children, my girls in the family that, would be in my family, my friends, but mostly my children. To tell you the truth, my fucking children. That's what I would want, is my children. That's it. My money's not going to help me when I die. What, you think you're taking your money over there? That's the lie. You're not taking your money over there. And that's why they want people not getting pregnant, because they don't want you to procreate, because then more of God's come down here. And I'm being dead serious. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. So I had a friend. She knows who she is if she's watching this. Tallulah's sitting on the mat out there. I had a friend, a much older friend, John's age. And of course, because that's all I do, Saturn in the 8th. I'm just with old people. I was eating at the old people diner before I was fucking 20. Okay? Anyway, I had a friend and she married a billionaire. Well, she was dating she lived with a billionaire and it was the mistress. Anyway, he would go to Africa, okay? Africa. He would go to Africa to the witch doctors who would perform sacrifices in order to bring about more power and energy, okay? So with the power and the energy of those sacrifices, that billionaire goes back, okay, with more money. They all do this. So when you see these bitches going back and they go to Mexico, they have the same kind of black magic workers there. They call, yes, babies, people, and by the way, John and I were in a store, my John, before we divorced. Well, John knows a lot about the metaphysical. Anyway, we were in a store and I was picking up some products and there was a group of Satanists in front of us. I don't know how else to word it. The stores have everybody in them. They got your Christians. They've got your, the other one, Islams. They've got your garden variety atheists trying to do magic spells for no reason because they don't really know if it works and they want to try. So John and I are in there and we're talking, and I mean, you could see they're working on their spells and I'm going to pick up product in a different way. And oh, another Sloan. That's great. That's fantastic. Carrying on the name. So we're talking to this guy, looks really normal. He's in the store and he's like, yeah, have you seen the demons when they mount the women? And I'm like, so John's like, yeah, tell us about it. Seriously. It's like, tell us about it. So he's talking about going to Africa when they're doing the rituals. And he said the little kids in the villages smoke the cigarettes, okay, in order to keep the demons away. And he said when the women take like the scopolamine, right? When they take, lots of love from Ireland, my background, part of my background. So when they take the scopolamine, basically it's like a trance drug. So scopolamine, where they get into an altered state and the demons mount these women doing those dances. The women end up dying, okay? Devil's breath, exactly. The women end up dying. It is a real thing. The little kids, 3, 4, 5, watch the rituals and smoke the cigarettes so the demons don't get them. You have to, don't think that what you've been taught on this planet is anything but fake. Yeah, they do. They take, no, really, but we're in a store. Okay, was I there when this happened? No, but me and John, we're having this like hour-long conversation. We get in the car and he's like, yeah, Satanist. And it's like, we'll drive off. And because when you're a practitioner of metaphysical things, you are in the environment of everybody. So thank you for that. You can't really, I'm not going to do it though. My will is not to do that. I don't want to do that. So no matter what you try, that doesn't mean I can't learn from what they're doing so that I understand what's going on. It's a lesson because this is my work. So I end up in these situations because God puts me there so that I can understand it. I mean, obviously. So, yeah, John's like, I know. He comes in, he goes, yeah, they were Satanists. And I'm like, you think? Jesus. The Ogopogo's real, which is a cousin of the Loch Ness Monster. So, yeah, it's that is a thing. But anyway, the one that was my friend, she accompanied him to Africa, and he would leave her behind when he would go to do these rituals. They have to do them. Once you start and you ask for that and you ask for it, then you're going to play the game that way on earth. So if you get tied up, remember that movie with that asshole, Robert De Niro, that with his face? That dumb look he gets on his face, De Niro, and he's playing the bus driver. And there's that other guy, Chaz, whatever his name is, Paul, something with a P, Palmari or whatever it is. And they got the little boy, and the little boy is running numbers for the gangster because he's making money, and he's like 11, 12. And the dad's like, you will not fucking do that, because he knows when he gets tangled up with them that he's never getting out of it. Okay. So Bronx Tale. Yeah. He's never getting out of it. Like, yes, that guy. So he's never getting out of it. So when you start with it, you're not getting out of it. They'll kill you. Okay. Like, you're not getting out of a gang. They will drive up on you and shoot you. So that's it. That's it. That's the same. No, well, this is what they said the little kids did in the village to keep the demons away when the ladies were doing the dance in order to service the demons. And I have seen that. Like I did a podcast years ago on a musician that I don't even know who it is, a British musician, and I saw him die in the middle of a sex ritual. Like, he didn't care because his brain didn't care. He was more interested in the energy. The Deer Hunter is the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. I am not over that movie. The Deer Hunter is so graphically unsettling to my stomach about war that I cannot handle it. It is so, oh my God, it is so, I can't handle it. I fucking can't handle it. I can't handle the Russian roulette. I cannot handle that movie. It's so jarring to my soul. Yeah, disturbing beyond disturbing. And we let our government send our young men into war so that their brains are fried. So we had a family best friend who was in Vietnam, one of John's friends. Actually, everybody John grew up with was in Vietnam that was American. He was Canadian, obviously. But one of our family friends who passed away from the cancer, the Agent Orange and everything they put in his body, okay? The things that he witnessed, horrific. And they sell it. Why? We'll give you your education for free, as if your education fucking matters. Your education doesn't matter. You can read and write, that you have, the ability to do the job you're doing, but to go to war to get college money is disgusting. Okay. The Deer Hunter is just so disturbing. It's just so, I don't know what to say. It literally tweaked my brain. Yeah. Agent Orange. So did our friend, and he died. I'm trying to think. It might've been 2014 or 15. And I mean, I met him when I met John, and he was a great guy, but he never really spoke of Vietnam ever. Perry Como. Okay, I was a little kid. He just tripped me back into my fucked up childhood. So I'm a little kid and I'm adopted. And so my mom's way older. And so in my Christmas stocking, I got Perry Como records, not records, cassette tapes, the little cassette tapes, and Roger Whittaker. Like, I'm heavy metal, bitch. Perry Como, kill me now. Sorry, that just struck me as really funny. It's an energy thing through the back sodomy ritual, and usually there will be a man, a physical human vessel attached to the demon in order for the demon to control the vessel. That's why you want to stay sober. That's why you want to stay sober. That's why you don't want to fuck with your stuff. I have to look at the Astral. I haven't even done it. It's terrible. I can't even function these days. Yeah, the deer hunter was crazy. Calgary, there you go. Yes. Well, because poor people are stuck in a vibration of poverty that is pushed on them, almost like raping the country, like Haiti and all of these countries, Sudan. They do doggy style. Yeah, no, they do it that way. They're fucked up. And they go in people, and you can tell when people are being taken over. They're the ones that just, they got a look in their eye. I saw it. I'm going to say it. I saw it on a video, and I'm not going to say who, but I saw it on a video years ago with the person being interviewed, a male entertainer being interviewed, and I saw the eyes shift, and I saw the energy come in and pop back out. Like the recognition was, what did you say? And they said, what did you say? Because they didn't align with it, because they themselves didn't align with it. So I've seen that. I have no thoughts on anything astrological exactly yet. I haven't looked at anything. I haven't looked at anything. Yeah, Santeria, there's voodoo, hoodoo, there's druidism, there's all kinds of rituals people do that we don't know about. I mean, there's people that just do crazy shit for the sake of doing crazy shit. Like they're crazy and they do shit. You know what I mean? That's what they do. Yeah, like a Diddy party. And those are sex, magic, and control and domination and bringing the physical body into an altered state outside of the physical vessel, okay? You can actually get outside of your physical body and have sex. Now, with the Brian Koberger thing, some asshole came on to my video and they're like, the family has disproven everything you said. And I'm like, I don't care. I get what I get, and I'm not apologizing for it because I don't believe what the court is saying. I'm not buying it. I feel differently. No one cares what I think, but I should be allowed to have an opinion, but apparently not now. Anyway, I don't believe it's the way that they played it out. I just don't. Harnessing energy, yes. I had to re-sign in again. Oh, Jesus, I study witchcraft. But hold on, I studied witchcraft, but never performed a spell. Good for you. I used to do spells in my early days. I'm not going to lie. I used to do mirror spells with people. You fuck with me, I'm cutting your picture out. It's going on a mirror and I'm binding you, bitch. Yes, blood, sugar, sex magic. Those are real things. I can't help it if you don't believe it because you believe what you were taught in Catholic school or Christian school or Bible school or Mormon school or whatever school. You were not taught correctly. You were not taught correctly. That's not how it works. And you should know who God is from inside of you. Okay, like you should have a feeling since you're a little kid. Well, sweeten the pot, you know, honey pot spells and all of that kind of thing. I think that's what she means. I might be wrong. But anyway, my nails this is called, I'm always picking at my mouth because I get dry. This is called Gatsby Ghost. Of course it is. It's Gatsby Ghost. They all do magic for it because they think money's important because that's all that's drilled into your fucking kid's head. Money this, money that. Oh, the guy with the nice shoes. Oh, look at the car they pulled up in. Until you get sodomized. And then once you acquiesce that and give up that part of yourself to rape of both your soul, your energy, and your physical body, then you become an addict. Oh, from Haiti, then you know the country's been gridded. It's appalling. They take the children, they take the food. Yeah, some mirror magic. I mean, you know, whatever. Oh, thank you for that. Thank you. Yeah, Oprah's a bitch. I mean, she's a troll. How did she even get on TV with the blue eyeshadow? I can't. I just can't. Anyway, I can't. I'm going to have to do a full moon reading. I haven't even looked at the aspects or anything. I'm so behind. No, money is not the root of all evil. The pursuit of money is, to the bane of every other moral compass that God has instilled in you. If you think money's so important, have a child that's dying of cancer in a bed in a hospital room where no amount of money will save him. Have a husband who can't do I'm not a puppet for anybody, so nice try. Have a husband, well, maybe Baby Meadow and Lila, my grandkids. Remember Oprah with her fucking blue eyeshadow? What was that about? I like blue eyeshadow, but on her it looked insane. Anyway, if you have a child in a hospital and all the money you throw at them, it's not going to help. Okay, not going to help. If you have a husband and they're lying in a diaper in a hospital room after a motorcycles accident, and all the money in the world won't bring his brain thought back, but it will keep him locked in a hospital to a machine. What's that? That's not worth it to me, okay? That's not worth it. You know why time's traveling fast? Because they are, I didn't wear watches for years. When Keith died, I got a step watch because I do like 30-mile hikes, and I wanted to see how many steps it was for my own amusement. And I put I could put Keithy's face on it, so I keep the watch on because I can look at it. And Meadow goes, Keithy. She goes, Keithy. She likes to pop my watch and see Keithy's face. So I like to do that. Okay, that's something I like to do. But I do not like watch time for time because they block time by telling you you only have so much time here. You are infinite. You do not just have time here. You have time everywhere. So you are able to literally expand your mind. They don't want you to time travel. They don't want you to understand that you don't need to follow time. Because you're older or younger doesn't mean anything. You have more wherewithal when you're older. You can really see energy. That's why they don't like older people. That's why they want you to work until you're 65. 70 or whatever the fuck, 80, and then you die when you take your Social Security. They want you to die. They do not want your wisdom on this planet, okay? What are you talking about, you people? The earth is hell. When we die is when we are alive. Exactly. Yeah. We can. I know. This place has been hijacked. People are under the wrong impression. Psychics who teach all kinds of like weird ass shit, about, well, you're here for a reason. Like Madeline Soto. Well, she was teaching a lesson. She was learning a lesson. May I remind you, she was just one day into her 13th birthday, pregnant by her pedophile mother's boyfriend and sold on the market for sexual exploitation and choked and murdered and drugged accidentally. What lesson is that soul learning? She is not learning a lesson. Do not let the psychic community or the metaphysical community or the spiritual community tell you there's a reason for everything. Go fuck yourself. There is not a reason for everything. There is not a reason to take a child and murder them, period. God doesn't do that. God does not do that. This place is not run by God. Understand, they twist the words and they want you to run around and repeat that shit so that people are gaslit when their children are raped and murdered and blamed, okay, because of something they did where they can't remember it. Okay, yeah, sure. That's not God's work. Just know that that's not God's work. You may be mistaken and thinking that, but that is not God's work. God's work is to elevate the soul in creativity and to elevate with source, however you want to word it, with where you are created from. That does not include raping and murdering children. Madeline Soto, to be deliberate and to speak on that poor girl at this particular point. So when you hear people say everything happens for a reason, that's not true. Some things happen for a reason, but well, yeah, then we're here for punishment. This is Satan's planet, okay? This is a beast system world. The mother's a piece of shit. The mother is a piece of fucking shit. She needs her lights punched out. She needs to be in jail. She needs to have a civil suit from her ex-boyfriend's side of the family because that mother took custody of that little girl so she could sell her to that fucked up, stupid Steven Stearns fucked up face guy, that fucking guy and his pedo clan, and she profited off the videos. And you will tell me no different. I don't care what you say. And there's no reason that Madeline had to learn that. That is somebody else's karma coming in where she has no control over herself. She has no control. She's a child. Therefore, it has nothing to do with her. Even if she's a bad child from a past life, even if she's a fucked up child from a past life, she has literally no control over that circumstance. And therefore, she's not fucking learning. She is being pushed into something and brutalized violently. So do not. Andy worked at Disney. Okay. The Disney pedo clan. Yeah. I mean, Jesus, I'm more mad at the mother than the guy. I expect the men to do this. From my upbringing, men are like this. But when you're a mother and you okay to put your daughter in bed with someone who's not her father, like this. No, she never had a chance. Therefore, she's not learning anything. What is she supposed to do? What is she supposed to do on this planet? So don't let the metaphysical community say, there's always a lesson, there's always a reason. There can be a reason. I'm not saying that. It's probably 75-25. And the reasons are not the way they're described because we, for some reason, and I think a lot of us are here to move the energy in a different direction. It is a spiritual war and it will continue to go on. But little Madeline Soto did not, there's not a reason for that, except that her stepfather is the worst kind of human being and needs to be gutted and fucking beheaded, okay? Within seconds of going into the general population. To my fellow prisoners, if you're gonna do something, that would be the thing to do. Yeah, dogs are super cute. No, we're not all here for a lesson. This has been hijacked in the reincarnation cycle. So somebody who's had a lot of money in this life and passes over, when they cross over, are they in alignment? Now, sometimes they take their own lives, Jack Kevorkian style, in order to control the outcome of where the soul goes. This is their belief, all right? This is one way of thinking. And you're entitled to think about anything you want on this planet. You do have... The pedo's dad is a cop. Of course he is, because cops love that. Not all of them, but when people take their own lives, sometimes that power harness of energy that has been mind controlled is then flipped into a middle astral level with a choice to make. Now, as I said, how do I end up back here on Earth? I don't want to. So what if they dangle my dead child and they're like, your child is here? I mean, if they dangle John at me, I'm going in the opposite fucking direction. Like if they go, you can come to this good place, John's here, I'm running the other way. Okay, I'm like, fuck no, and I'm running. I'm going that way. I don't care. La 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 la, I can't hear you. La la. No, okay, not doing it. Not. You're right about the tricks part. But if my Keithy is telling me to reincarnate where he is, I'm going to where he is. Kate Spade was murdered. Straight out, she showed me. I did a video in 2018. Straight out. She knew they were coming. She clicked her heels on the kitchen. I was doing laundry. I was at the laundromat at the time because I moved. Oh, your son's name is John. Well, I'm not going to your son, but I'm not going to anybody named John. I can't. I cannot. So the souls are tricked coming out of this vibration, and I don't know why it's off kilter, but it's not in the correct, it's out of order of the correct way of reincarnation. It's not, I don't know what to say. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's not right here. It's not right here. It's wrong. Let's see, the entities that wanted her business. I don't know who you're talking to. Oh, Kate Spade. The entity. Yes. Sorry. Now I get it. No, it's very wonky. There's nothing loving on this planet. There are moments of love, but most people are corrupted. Yeah, they did something, and I'm telling you that. We got to reincarnate back 75 times. Why? What's happening and why? What? At what point? I see. I don't even know what nirvana is. I can't even comprehend that. I can't even comprehend it. I just want my son. So I don't care if I come back with my children. I will do that because we want. Why do we want to try a different life? I'm good. Thank you. This one was enough. I'm good. Thank you. Exiting. Exiting. Bye. They say that there were lessons we learned. And we did reincarnate to take on different costumes or different roles. School teacher, musician, drug addict, this, that. It's not that way now. The loop is intensifying. I can feel it. I do not want to be here. I've never heard so many people say they don't want to be here. There are so many people that don't want to be here. And it's like really weird. It's because my phone, this is my left arm, but it's probably showing my right, but it's my phone is backwards. So yeah, I don't know what to say to people, but I don't believe the reincarnation cycle is the same. I just don't. I'm sorry. Kate Spade was murdered. She told me. I put a video out before any of this shit started coming out. Like the week she died, I did Kate Spade. Somewhere. You got to look back in the back, but I did it. I did Kate Spade. I am firmly convinced the Idaho 4, I believe it was a trafficking issue. I believe there was drugs involved. I believe all kinds of things. Now, did it have to do with the kids, or did it have to do with any of the people around the kids? That I don't know. But it's not the way they're describing in court. That's not, it's just not the way. That's not the way. It's not what I feel, and I'm not going to go against what I say. I mean, good. They've got someone in jail. That's fantastic. That's wonderful. I did Kate Spade. I did it back then, not now when it's like common knowledge. I did it back then and said she was murdered because she told me she was murdered. Yeah, he's not the only one. Koberger's not the only one. Koberger, whatever the fuck his name is a weird weaponized human being. He's a weird weaponized human being. And you can always tell by their eyes. Like that. Yes, I'm going to do videos. I have to film them. That's it. I just have to film them. Yeah. Well, I did all those videos back then. That's really what I did. Before it was popular for psychics to say it. Some idiots like, you're just regurgitating stuff. I'm like, bitch, I did the P. Diddy thing before it was a P. Diddy thing. Like, shut up. People just love to bag on you. They just love to bag on you. MK, yeah, MK Ultra, exactly. They love to just bag on you. I'm not going to be 100% right all the time. I'm just going to feel energy the way I feel it. And I'm going to put out a video to the best of my ability. Animals communicate easily, yes. The New York City, my friend just asked me about that today. I don't know much about it. I know they're pushing that he was a football player, which that's also part of the programming. That's why everybody wants their kid to. I remember my son, my Jason, wanted to play football and wanted to go to Harvard. Now that never came out of my mouth. Never would I encourage going to Harvard. I wouldn't encourage anybody putting themselves in debt to a university to keep the child enslaved to pay back the $400,000 they got to get a law degree and to become a whatever. I just, the Wharton Business School, any of that. No, I just wouldn't do that. I wouldn't, it's just not something. So how did my kid learn that? None of us ever like voiced Harvard, you know? No, I didn't encourage them to do university. As I said, Kathy hired Keith. She worked at FX and she sent Keith to local college to learn the accounting the way that she wanted him to do it for that particular TV show. But, you know, I still don't think Diddy's getting off. I understand everybody thinks it is. School is really dumb. I could never sit still in a class. I was an ADD person. I could not sit still. I would read books. I never listened. I only passed English, art, probably it. And that's it. Wait, hold on. Idaho 4 isn't right. Yeah, no, I know it's not right. I know it. And somebody came on my channel with their little sniping bitch comment. And they're like, I think you should retract this because it's been proven. You believe the court system? Because I fucking don't. Okay? I don't believe the court system. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. I have to feel it for myself. That's just how I am. I don't care what some fool in a fucking robe says with no underwear on top of a bench telling you they're the authority and banging their gavel. What's that about? Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Well, I don't know. She was saying something about they've proven it and it had nothing to do with trafficking or drugs. I think it does. I don't know how and I don't know who, but I definitely think it does. Whatever I said in the video, I still think. That's it. You know, I'm allergic to people. No, I don't eat meat. I eat salmon. I eat salmon and eggs. I'm an egg and salmon eater. I'm a bear. Blueberries, mangoes, eggs, and salmon. Yeah, they're naked under the robe. What the fuck do you think they're doing up there? They're jerking off while they're trying to fucking tell you. I just can't. Okay, I must stop. Anyway, just think about it for a second. Yeah, Deer Hunter was too much for me. Really too much. It was heartbreaking on such a level. What? Ask yourself, under whose authority do these people judge cases? Red onions, absolutely. Oh, mango tree. I should be at your house tomorrow. In Mexico, they had mangoes every day. I was like, yes, I did meet Amy Osborne. I'm like this. I went to her singing debut 2016 with the family. Zach's family, the musician family, all of that back then. I'm going to try. Oh, that's another thing. Don't be freaked out because you're not avocados too. Don't be freaked out because you're not getting the daily horoscopes. My site got hacked like a month ago. Paul went on vacation. We got the hacking taken care of. Okay. The hacking got taken care of. The site got buttoned up and all of that. However, yes, telepathy is real. However, oh my goodness, hello. Hi, you want to come? Oh, shoot. Can Meadow come say hi before I sign off? Come here, Meadow. Want to come say hi? Are you tired? Hi, baby. Look, it's a grandbaby. Look, Meadow, look. The people say hi. I'm Meadow. Are you tired? You little monkey pants. I know. Go find Tallulah. Okay. They're back, you guys. I'm gone. Mwah. Scared you? Okay, bye. Bye, guys. Tallulah.